Shantae LeChey there. Shantae LeChey there. I have a question for you there. Yes, interviewer, go ahead. So, what is your motto on making friends, or just like all of that good stuff? Well, stop, baby. Well, if it's Ash, I want to use this, please. Is that your baby doll? Yes, that's my baby.
Bye, mommy.
Yes, well, you know, we all live in this world, right? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna meet different people, of different kinds everywhere, But, there's a difference from, somebody I would actually hang with and walk with and like, like bring to my job and say, hey, this is my friend or this is my so and so, versus somebody I would just speak to and be like, okay, I'm not going to introduce somebody at my job to somebody that I know that robs or that sells drugs or that does something like that. Why would I bring that to my job, to my workplace? Like, I like business. I like amazing things, okay? I don't, business to me is not crime, okay? That's a crime established. It's a criminal organization. Um, so business to me is customer service and boundaries and manners and, proper things, Like in this world, I'm not, even though I'm not a kid, for one, kids are like, oh, I don't like this person. I don't like this person. Let's go jump them, Like, no, if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to sweat them, I'm not going to stun them at all. If they're a witch, they're a witch. If they're, pedophile, they're a pedophile. What are they going to, on my watch, what are they going to be? Reported. Okay, they're going to be reported. And, however I report it, whether I take it right down to the courthouse and take them to court, or whether I report it to the government and have the government keeping an eye on them. Either way it go, they're going to be reported. Because, like, you show me that this is your style, okay? Like I said, when you're younger, you go through things, right? And you experience things and you're like, oh my gosh, like you don't know. It's like, it can be anything. It can be you, yeah, it can be anything. And, you're young, so you don't know. But when you get older, and you're like, I'm going to report these things. When I say younger, I mean like, under the age, you don't know. Yes, they're bad, but you're a runaway. Like, how you don't even have a home that you feel safe in. How do you don't know how to handle things, you know? And even whenever you're like, and I would say maybe even 21 and younger, because like, some kids have their kids and stuff that age, they have their kids really young, so they're still learning life. They're like, I need to go to work. I don't want to take my baby to a daycare. I'd rather, be able to work any shift and, pay my neighbor to keep my child or pay my, friend that or associate that I feel comfortable around at the time, whatever. But, when you're young, you just meet people. You don't know them like that. You just meet people and you interact with them, You don't know them on that level like that, So you learn, You learn as you get older, like, no, I'm not just going to have my kids at anybody's house or, I'm not going to just like, whatever, whatever. Even like, if you have your kids at anybody's house, like it would be something, and it depends, because you have to have some kind of trust in some type, to some extent, to some extent, you have to have trust to some extent. Um, but when kids are much older, I don't know. I really don't know. I just say family is the best place for anything like that. Family is the best place for anything like that. Every now and then you can find good things. Daycares are all, even though, they say stuff happen in daycares are always safe too because you can, they have licensings, biz license, if anything happens, this stuff can be handled appropriately. And even, you can even find some at home stuff. Like if you go on Craigslist and stuff where people are babysitting and things and they have multiple clients and they have people, that come in and see them or they have a program or something. Because like even for my program, like I, my like the kids would like the kids being happy and being fed and like not wanting to go home was self-explanatory. Okay, it was self-explanatory. Like when the parents come in, they can see that these kids were happy, in my program when the, whatever, even, when the parents come and visit us at the park and we're doing different stuff, it's self-explanatory. The parents can see that the kids, they don't want to leave. They want to have fun with me, okay? They're like, okay, we're having fun here. We're getting fed here. We're learning here. We're not being harmed here. It's self-explanatory. Unless you get a kid in that comes in and they want to fight and they want to tear down stuff and they want to drink juice every 5 seconds and they want to, whatever. If that's something that's being allowed at home, them like smacking people out and doing all this crazy stuff, then of course they're not going to like Miss LeChey as much because, or any baby school or any school as much because they're not allowed to do that stuff here. Um, because it's not allowed here. You let that in your program or in your school, whatever. All the kids think it's okay, and then they start doing it. So it's not okay. Um, and that's for anything in life. But like I said, oh yes, tell me more. I just wanted to talk to you about all type of like real life stuff. Like I just wanted your feelings on things. Yeah, it's cool. But you know, and then the most important thing here is that you just make sure that whoever's helping you out isn't, doing anything illegally. I mean, going to the club and stuff is not illegal. It's not. And when I say illegal, anything can be illegal, nowadays. But what I mean by illegal is like, um, just anything that would be, okay in a gang setting, but wouldn't be okay in a work setting. Okay. And that's anything. So, yeah. But that's one thing people don't have to worry about with me, like, um, I don't sell my sex. I may, be grown and, do little grown songs and stuff like that because I'm grown. Like, however I carry myself in my house with my partner or whenever I'm in the setting of whoever and whatever when I'm doing my thing, if I want to put that in my music or in my plays or something and bring that part of me out and show in my art, then fair enough. That's me. That's what I want to do. But I'm not gonna like kick it with people like that in the regular world, walking down the street like, come here, let me suck your, or whatever, like, or let me, talking like I talk in my music or my videos to them like that. Like, no. Like we gotta be a little bit closer than that. To an extent. It all depends. It all depends. It really all depends. you know, um, I don't know. I could say times in my life I've been a little clumsy with it. I've been a little clumsy with it. But you learn that stuff attracts, it attracts things and it makes people feel as if they can, you know, just be a part of you on a whole nother level. And it's not the case, you know? So that's the good thing. Like, I wish I could take up, like all of these things I really care about and just put it into my network in one. But I can't do all that. I'm only one person, speaking wise and, information wise and all this good stuff I can because then that can give other people ideas to, you know, open up businesses and start different things too. Um, because this is probably something that they care about too, but I'm just, laying it out there to exactly how it needs to be put together and bing, they just put their own little things with it and boom, there you got something. Um, so that's the good thing about it. But in this world, you just have to be absolutely amazing and stay absolutely amazing, Miss Tabitha. Like I said, there's gonna be people that don't like you, and there's gonna be people you don't too much care for, and that's totally fine. Me personally, I'm not gonna friend somebody personally that I wouldn't leave in the same room with my children. It's just I'm just keeping it real. Okay, I cannot. You know. I don't care if I wasn't a mother, you know. I just still wouldn't. You never know when you're going to have adopt kids, whenever you're going to have your niece and nephew around, whenever you're going to. And then even for that, like, I prefer men as my friends, but I don't want a bunch of friends. And um not even that, they say you can't trust men around your kids. You can't trust some women around your kids either, you know? So it varies. Just because a person has kids doesn't mean she's not harming them, doesn't mean she's not beating them, doesn't mean she's not allowing sexual abuse to her kids. And I mean allowing, like, she's okay with it because she wants to be with a man or stay under a man or be with this person. Like, and like I said, entertainment is one of those things that it'll be easy for me to get involved in those things. And working with other people, that's what the Lord shared with me. And I'm not okay with that because once you become friends with somebody and you love somebody and this, that, and the other, you accept things, anything that comes with them. And those are just things that I'm not willing to accept. Oh, absolutely, 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 absolutely. So I have a question for you. Are you a urban girl? Well, I wouldn't say I'm an urban girl. I have an urban personality, in my art. And whenever I'm just having a good time vibing to a song, looking good, just chilling online, recording a cute video or something, showing personality. But, as far as my actual personality, like carrying myself on a regular basis, absolutely not. I wouldn't consider myself an urban person. That's, to each its own. But for me, that's not it. Like, for me, that is like a me that I would like when I was like a young person. Me as an adult, or that I like in art. Me as an adult, that's not who I am. Um, although, you have some older people that are still like sticking to that, as their older self, but that's what they choose to be. But I know that I wouldn't agree with lots of things that come with that. I wouldn't know what that lifestyle consists of as an adult because, like, I am, I am an adult. Well, I have an idea because, you see it every day, all day on the news, on the TV, everywhere. But, I mean, yeah, that's all I can say. Um, but as a kid, I know that um, it keeps you with like bad friends. It keeps you in lots of fights. Keeps you, having sex with everybody. It keeps you, in gangs. It keeps you like in lots of things. I mean, but I don't know, for me, I was really never the type to get into trouble though. I didn't get into trouble. Like, I don't, I just don't get into stuff. And there's certain things I wouldn't even hang around. Like, I'll be like, huh, what are we doing? Like, what is this? You know? And as an adult, I don't hang with people. I'm not like, come on, guy, let's go out, or come on, guy, let's go out. Um, you know, this is something that I'm just beginning to do. You know, to meet people, but at the same time, it's kind of hard for me to do that now. Unless it's like law enforcement or something like that, because I'm in this career. It's like music and entertainment. Anybody will want to be your friend. Anybody will want to be around you. Stuff like that. And I can't allow that in my circle. So yeah, if they're like family or something, of course, if I trust them enough to come around me, then cool. you know. But other than that, everything's strictly work. Work, hi, hello, customer, how you doing, beautiful, stuff like that. Because like I prefer people to be who they are. Like if you're a rapist, if you're a bully, be that. Enjoy yourself. But that's not welcomed over on this end, because I'm going to report you. Like I'm literally going to report you. Um, so you just have to know who people are before you allow them to be so closely connected to them and acquainted with them. Because you don't want to have to stay hush about things like that.